Welcome to Xunantunich, Mayan Ruins, Belize, brought to you by 2AZ Travelers.
We are getting ready to go to Xunantunich, Belize. So we're up pretty early. See some little islands out here. This is a tender port. Going to park, and then we have to meet at a location on the ship, and then we all get off together for
our excursion. After a 2-hour bus ride from the port to Xunantunich, we have to cross over the Mayan River by a crank-operated ferry.
So on this river, this is a fresh water. Okay, we have tilapias here.
Oh, really?
We have tilapias. We have the big mouth bass. We have catfish, crayfish. My first language is Spanish.
Waiting to get on to the ferry. Some shops right next to the entrance ferry over here. See, cars are getting off the ferry right now. It's a crank ferry.
Yes. Morning. How you doing? Yes, sir.
So during the dry season, we do river tubing. We do kayaking and canoeing. We have about 7 rapids. I can see, not strong, but quite good.
We're already moving.
Start to work on the side. They have found rare food.
Moved right away.
And in the side rare food, they have found pendants made of
Guys cranking over there.
seashells, corals, stingray, spine. So archaeologists found that this river was used for transportation to the sea. We collect these resources. But other archaeologists also found deposits where the Mayans started to produce
Is the guy cranking it?
on the sea. And that's what they used to trade with other big cities. They're about 30 to 40 miles from here. So they're far from the sea. Trade for jade, obsidian, and basalt.
The little van brought us up. There's some shops and there's 2 restrooms. They actually have a bunch of rooms in there for bathrooms. It's really nice, clean, and then you come out and wash your hands. We're walking up. Out of breath. Spider monkey in the tree right here.
Is that a loner? No, he looks like wonderboats.
He's cute. He's just hanging out in the tree.
Pretty girl.
Right there, right.
More exercise.
Okay.
You sure that's what's in the lead?
We're at the site.
You got the top, Lisa.
Gotta really be careful here. Watch your step. Wow.
This is one of the most important entrances to the site. It's leading to the epicenter of the city. So you enter into downtown of Xunantunich. So here's where the Mayans did all their activities. From a wedding, market, political rallies. The highlight to climb one of the second tallest man-made structures. No evidence of horses, cows, donkeys, nothing have been found. No metal, no gold, no silver have been found. Okay? But imagine how the Mayas cut this mountain. The Mayas cut this mountain until they hit bedrock. And with the same material, they built the city from the material from the same mountain. But when archaeologists hit bedrock, they found pieces of ceramics. When they carbonate that ceramics, it dates to 300 before Christ. So that shows the evidence when these first people settled on this pointed mountain. Okay? When archaeologists start to work here, everything was dense vegetation. Everything was dense vegetation. They start to make surveys from the center of the cities, all around. Xunantunich covers an area of 3.5 kilometers around. That's the area of Xunantunich. Archaeologists want to study what's beneath the forest. 2003, they introduced LiDAR photoshops. It scans everybody. All the vegetation get erased. Using an airplane, archaeologists can see about a meter down below the dirt. All around the city, they found elevated platforms. These are households for the commoners. Okay? 50 meters from here, they found the noble class families. The center was only occupied by the king, the high priest. The Mayas, they have like a monarchy, a king, a high priest, and a queen. These are the three important portions of the city. Okay? When you're going to start to work on the part of the building, this is north. This is north of the city. Okay? To start to work on this long building, archaeologists discovered that Mayas, they built their homes made of limestone bricks. They studied the mortar. What did the Mayas use to bind that material? The mortar. Archaeologists discovered that the Mayas used the same limestone. They burned the limestone. Then they crush it into a powder. That powder is calcium. But inside the mortar they found carbon. So what they did, they cut trees, they burned them, then they combined carbon with calcium. Adding water, they get their own concrete. Archaeologists discovered the Mayas used this type of architecture. A stone roof, a vaulted V-shape. But instead of using a keystone to form an arch, archaeologists the Mayas used capstones. Okay? Make it more stronger, it can support a new construction on top. So archaeologists, to get the amount of people living here, they count from 1 to 6 on each platform that they found all around the city. And they came with the amount of 9,000 Mayans living around. 9,000. And 1,000 lives here at the center. The 1,000 consists of the royal class and the noble class families. So when they start to work on this section here, they found 9 benches.
For over miles, 60 miles, 20 miles.
And they discovered that that long building was used for administration, but at the center of the city. Okay? So during a market day, all the communities around were welcome to the center of the city to trade, to barter, to share information. But at the end of the day, they have to pay an amount of tax to the city. But no metal, no gold, no silver have been found. So what was their money? What was their currency? Okay? So doing a lot of research, they found that the Mayas used cacao beans as money. That was their currency. Now imagine when the Mayas invented chocolate. They name it the food of the gods. Why? Because the more they drink, the more wisdom. They get smarter. You see? But you see that guys entering, there's a V-shape. That V-shape leads you to the royal palace, where the king and his family used to live there. South of the city we have El Castillo. 1950, the University of Pennsylvania started to rock from the top of that building there. When they measure that structure, it measures 130 feet, 42 meters high. So when cities grow, religion forms part of the institution. So that big building there was one of the sacred buildings. That's a temple where the high priest and his helpers, they used to live there. To the east, we have 3 buildings that are constructed in alignment. They have the same height and the same architecture. But the purpose of these 3 buildings was used to commemorate the sunrise every day. So as the sun rises, the high priest will mark the movement of the sun. And the sun will rise on specific buildings on specific days of the months of the year. Archaeologists discovered that the sun rises on the 3rd building every 21st and 22nd of December, which marks the beginning of winter. So every 90 days, the sun will move to each building until it goes back to the third again, closing with the 365 days of a solar cycle. So that's a calendar. Okay, that's a calendar which the Mayas created to have an accurate date of the weather changes, when to plant, when to harvest.
And then
Okay?
in front of this building.
Now, Xunantunich was a ceremonial and a trading center. Archaeologists have found the remains of humans that were sacrificed here at the center of the city. But they also discovered that the Mayas did what they call a bloodletting sacrifice, an auto-sacrifice. And they found it inside that enclosed shrine.
So they found evidence.
Inside that building, there's an altar.
out of this door,
around
and then
table like an altar.
walk
There's a stone monument.
Yeah.
Around the altar, they found
around
obsidian blades. They found the remains of stingray spine and incense burners. So the Mayas, they use drugs. They numb the body.
And then after
When their tongue gets numb, they pull it out and they pierce it
he doesn't want to
from
walk
top to bottom.
and then he found
To collect the blood, they put a string in between the pierce so that the blood will drip on a piece of bark. Once they have all the blood, then they will burn it in petition to their gods. They do it for bountiful harvest, abundance of rain, conflicts in war, and the sustainability of their families. Okay? Now, archaeologists did a lot of research, and they found that the Mayas, they flourished up to 900 after Earth. But around 850 to 900, big cities, they started sprouting.
and also they found evidence.
So they did a lot of research, and they found that the Mayas, they went through a process of famine, diseases, warfare, okay? So the first theory that archaeologists bring out was the Spanish, when they came, they brought a disease, and these cities and the Mayas are to die. That's why the cities were abandoned. But when more scholars came, they found that the Mayas abandoned their cities 900 and the Spanish came in the 1500s. So there's 600 in between. It cannot be a disease. So to get more information, they went inside of caves. And what they studied? They studied the stalactites. And the stalactites shows from 850 to 900, they stopped growing because there was no water, there was no rain. So they found there was a drought. And the drought was the cause of all these problems, the famine, diseases, warfare. But the most important, the breakdown of their economy. There was no more connection of trading within cities. So the commoners, they start to question their kings.
Oh yeah, the same thing.
Their kings cannot answer. And that's the time when they start to make human sacrifices because they were desperate. The Mayas believed that heaven was divided into 3 layers. They believe there's a heaven, there's a living, but they also believe there's an underworld. Okay? So they start to make human sacrifices to the gods above, but the gods at the end, they never answer. So then they decided to go to the underworld. So they decided to go inside of caves because they believed that caves were the entrance to the underworld. But at the end of the day, none of them answered with rain. So the Mayas were desperate, they were dying. Then they decided to migrate. At the same period the Mayas declined, the Aztecs in Mexico were rising. So what they did, they migrated north to start a new life. Now, the question is, where the Mayas came from? There's a lot of theories, okay? Archaeologists have done a lot of tests, DNAs to the remains of bones, and they found that the Mayas came from Asia during the last ice age through the land bridge. So they enter into Alaska. Then from Alaska they migrated into Canada and they continue migrating until they enter into this new continent which is known as the Americas. Okay? So archaeologists believe that the Mayas were the first descendant of this continent. Until 2003, they were surprised. They discovered a mask about this size. When they studied the mask, it dates to 1200 before Christ, which is older than any city around here. So they continued studying the mask and they found that the mask belonged to the Olmec civilization. Okay? And they studied the feature of this mask. This mask has a flattened nose, an oval-shaped eyes, and a thick lip. What they discovered? That the Olmecs have a bloodline of African ancestors. But the question is, how did they travel to this continent? And when? There is no evidence when they settled here. But what they discovered, that the Mayas inherited the knowledge from this first culture because the Olmecs created the first calendar and the first system of writing, which they call a hieroglyphic writing. Any questions? Good.
No question, we go climb.
Okay.
Who is not climbing, let me know.
Xunantunich means stone woman. And the reason that we chose this excursion was because you are allowed to climb the 130 feet or 40 meters in order to get to the top of El Castillo. So we can see the beautiful Mopan Valley and Guatemala from the top. And yes, we were about to climb those stairs. It's right before we climbed. This is once we've gotten one layer up. There's greenery. And we're just about to hit the next set of stairs here. We're waiting at this level for the folks in front of us to take their turn. climbing up the stairs. Even at this level, there was beautiful views. There's the stairs we had just come up, looking down where we just came from. We're continuing the climb up the next level of El Castillo. There are no handrails as we're going up, and you do have to be in relatively good shape because it's a lot of stairs.
And this is the 30% that has been exposed since 1886.
You're going to notice as we get closer to the top that I begin to get very uncomfortable because there's no railings up there, and I'll be grasping at the centerpieces here, and the poor girl in front of me is having the same issue. I think she was more afraid of heights. I just didn't like that there was no railings.
Oh God.
You okay? Yeah, you need help?
Okay.
You're fine?
I'll hold this long.
All right.
But I did it.
I got you.
Are we going back down
Yeah, I get
the same stairs? Oh, I don't know.
Just sit down and scooch one at a time. Okay?
It's okay. Just do the video thing that you're gonna do.
We don't think
Problem is it makes my knees weak.
I left the audio on here on purpose so you can see my real and raw reaction to how high this was. And I didn't want to miss this beautiful view, which I actually did because of how I was responding. Thankfully, Dana got the view on film. This was not to be missed. We did it! We climbed a Mayan ruin!
like it's the same as that. Guess you don't like heights either?
It's not even that. There's nothing there.
She watches stuff on TV and it gets her uncomfortable.
I was thinking, are you going to be able to make it over there? Just, if you can, I can't, because I can't not go over right now.
Just when you go down, just sit on your butt and scooch one step at a time. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter.
What's the name of your bag? Okay, then you stay with it.
Yeah, I think
So they said that's a swimming pool for religious purposes.
Yeah, you're with Omar. Yeah, same Joyce. Joyce is, Omar is with Joyce.
Agreed.
The roundabout mount. You guys will spend free. You wanna come now?
Okay. I make you feel better, not worse. So if that makes you
Slow.
helps you,
You can
fine.
sit down. Yeah. Sit okay. Slowly. Yeah, don't worry. We get. Look at me.
you were one of my kids.
There, but not the
Rest
rest of the way.
here is a little bit of restoration.
My mom didn't even come up. She was down on the ground.
Right. Yeah, not even.
I'm just
Just let me do a real quick.
yeah, that over there is mountain range in distance, I guess, is Guatemala.
Get by your children.
Bro. See this way? This is the exit, okay?
Okay, sweetheart?
Take your time, go sideways.
Will you just stand right here? So
Would you like me to go in front of you? In case
Sit
something
down and
happens.
you'll be all right. That's I told her I'd cushion the blow if she thought she was gonna, but you all right?
I don't know why it got so bad over the years.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I just don't understand it.
It is what it is. Just, you did it though.
You can't.
You have to be.
Hang on to your left, honey.
It's amazing.
It's
Okay. Yeah, you gotta go this way.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same stuff we came up, so you're gonna have to go on this thing. Just, if you want, get on your hands and knees or hug the wall, whichever.
There's some birds.
Okay.
There's bats in there if you like to see bats.
Is this music real?
Is it?
Yeah, there's no bat. No.
Yeah, all up in here. Oh, yeah, the iguana? Yeah, you can see them on the way up. Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what kind of nest that is, but it's something we didn't see.
Hi, guys. Okay. So you're gonna have to.
yeah. Right now, right?
Come over here and just sit down. You're gonna sit on your butt and scooch down one step of.
Oh, thanks.
Here's. Let me go first. I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, that's what we want. Take a picture. Okay,
All right. You want to go to this one over here when you came up, or
What are we looking at?
okay?
Good?
Want me to go ahead of
I'm
you?
not good.
Okay,
I don't know how
sideways
I'm
or
gonna get
sit down?
There's a railing here.
Can you see the iguana?
That is where we went, right where those people are.
Not showing you this because I want to scare anyone. It's just how my body reacted, and boy was I glad to be back on the ground. This was a bucket list item for me. I'm so glad we did it. I just wish I could have enjoyed it more.
Do a carbon date. But when they did a carbon date to this one here, this material is older than the city of Xunantunich. It's not from here.
So they bought it.
They brought it here. But archaeologists know that the Maya, they work symmetrical. What is on one side should be to the other side. Okay? So they continue digging until they hit the center of the building. Look at the center. Archaeologists found no steps. So they believe that the Mayas, they took it and they used it somewhere else. But archaeologists know that buildings like this were known as royal tombs. So they dig 5 things out. Imagine, this is the plaza floor. Where's the original plaza floor? The Mayas cut bedrock. They cut a 5-feet bedrock and they laid one of their important persons in this building here. Okay? Now when the archaeologists came over this side, they found another panel. Okay? A panel with hieroglyphic writings. Now, epigraphers, they came, they put them together, and what they found? They found the event of war and a date of a marriage, but from not from this city. Okay? On this corner, they found the date of a marriage of a queen from Calakmul, Mexico. She came and married the king of Caracol, which is about 30 miles from here, next city, which is more bigger than Xunantunich. Okay, this is the name of the king of Caracol, Lord Water. But over this side, archaeologists, they found two emblem glyphs from two cities from Guatemala. They found Naranjo and they found Ucanal. So what archaeologists found is that there are two marriages. Caracol wants to take control of all over this land, but he knows that 30 miles from here we have another city known as Tikal. Have you heard about Tikal? Okay, Tikal was the same size as Caracol, so powerful. So between Calakmul and Mexico, they formed a dynasty. And they went against Tikal and they defeated Tikal, and they defeated Ucanal and Naranjo, who were alliance with Tikal. But what archaeologists found is that when these two cities recovered back their power, they want revenge. So what they did, they came to Xunantunich. And they formed an alliance with the ruler of Xunantunich. And they went against Caracol and defeated Caracol. On the way back, they dismantled this from Caracol as an evidence that they won that battle. Inside this royal tomb, archaeologists found the complete skeleton remain of a young lady. She was surrounded with 32 complete vessels around her. The lower jaw of a jaguar was found on her chest. So they believe that she was buried with an attire of a jaguar skin to protect her down to the underworld. So what they believe that when she died, she was commemorated with her two trophies on her side, because they believe that she participated on this war event. They found spearheads made of obsidian and spearheads made of flints. They found knives. They found a lot of things inside this royal tomb. But Belize doesn't have the technology to study all the remains. So the Northern Arizona is in charge of this project here. So all the remains are in states, and further they will bring all the information. Okay. So my friends, any questions?
How did they dig through the bedrock?
Tools. They have their stone tools.
Oh,
They have river stones, they have basalt,
Yeah.
they have granite.
Okay. Yeah.
So my friends, thank you very much.
He was a great tour guide. This was booked through Carnival's Excursions. Since it was February, it was not too hot.
Okay, well, I do have that on film, I think.
Hello, spider monkeys! Spider monkey! You're so cute!
He is so cute. Do you see that face?
It's not as you would think that it's not. Take a picture. It's awesome. You got it started. Thank you.
Years are a wonderful thing.
Close it underneath. I need to add more.
Next stop was lunch, where they provided chicken, rice, macaroni salad, and included a drink.
So ladies and gentlemen, and I promise, and I don't break my promise. So we're gonna wrap it up, our beautiful day. National anthem of Belize is called O Land of the Free by the Caribbean Sea. Was written by Sir Samuel Haynes, one of our historians and our writers. This first verse is dedicated to you all. Please be my ambassadors as you leave Belize. Please go on the website. Please go on the review for me. First verse. O land of the free by the Carib Sea, our manhood we pledge to thy liberty. No tyrants still linger, despots must flee this strong haven of democracy. The blood of Ursars which hollows the sub brought freedom from slavery, oppressions wrought by the might of truth and the grace of God. No longer shall we be hewers of wood. Arise, ye sons of the payment's clan, put on your armors, clear the land, drive back the tyrants, let despots flee, O land of the free by the Carib Sea. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for destination. Give it up for the best driver in the world. We want to thank him for taking us and bringing us back from Xunantunich. Your humble servant, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right here waiting for you when you come back to Thank you so much, everybody. God bless. Have a wonderful good evening till I see you again. Goodbye.
Thank you.
She was also a very good host. That was a great day, and now we're on our tender back to our ship. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.